Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Shanghai, welcome back to GCS, welcome back to Netty's Championships. Neo and Remo here again with Group B today, and it is one of the coolest groups, I think, because literally everything can happen. We have FoCuS, we have Foggy, we have Remind, and we have Romantic, and there's no clear favorite here, I guess.
Yeah, that's the one thing that you were mentioning yesterday, talking with me about it. That's the really cool thing about this group, is that anyone can win. I was also hoping that yesterday we might see some closer matchups. For anyone tuning in yesterday, you may have noticed a few disappointing matches in there, to be honest. Orc and Colorful really couldn't reach the level of play that 1-0 and Infi were presenting. But today, Group B, I know you're being more, how should I say? You're more convinced of Romantic. I think he might be the one slightly trailing behind, but the other three, I think, are absolutely a perfect match for each other, and I do believe we're going to have closer games today.
I do agree as well. Romantic, I do agree with you as well that he's not on that level, but he seems to be really good against Night Elf recently. And since we have two Night Elves in this group with Remind and Foggy, I do think that he has chances here. He surprised us last time when he got out of the group with Infi and FoCuS already in December of 2016. It was a little lucky in the lower bracket final, to be very honest with you, but it can happen again. And I just saw him in the hallway. He's looking so relaxed and so calm, and I think he definitely has chances, and he knows that throughout the past month his matchup versus Night Elf was quite good. And I met Remind on the toilet when I changed my clothes, and he was like, I'm a little worried today, man. My matchup versus Human is not so good, and Romantic beat Law Light in check, so I don't really know what to expect here today.
Yeah, I also talked to him just very briefly, and I was like, oh, okay, not so good against Human, when usually it's the humans complaining, Jesus Christ, Elf, so easy, unfair matchup. And he says, you know what? I think I've been over-preparing against Undead because of his matchup against WFZ. Unfortunately, for this group stage, that's really not gonna help him. Of course, if he makes it out against WFZ and 1-0 again, that might come into play. But this group, without any Undeads, we have the other three races represented, however. FoCuS against Foggy, of course, is going to be our first match. And he is the biggest favorite that Europe has to offer, especially when Happy is not there. Orc yesterday, I was so disappointed to not even see him take a map. And he played much more poorly than he oftentimes does on other occasions. But yeah, Foggy, first time, top 8. Second time, top 3. And if you've read the interview of Foggy's on warcraft3.info, he said that this time he's gonna be placing better than before.
Very ballsy prediction from the Ukrainian, but he's here for more than a week already. I mean, the other players arrived just like us, I guess, on Sunday or Monday or whenever it was, and they prepared since then. Foggy is in Shanghai preparing on Netties for 7 to 8 hours every single day for more than a week. He tried to go here 3 weeks early, but then things really didn't work out for him, and so it was only 1 week. But the conditions here are so good, and even Rudin said it, and you know that Rudin never prepares for anything, and he was so happy, everything is so good here, perfect conditions. And we saw how Foggy improved throughout GCS fall. His first games were a little shaky. He got beaten by TH 2-0, and then he said, oh damn, all the way through the lower bracket. But he's just such a fighting champion, man. It's crazy. Whenever he falls down, he gets back up again. So maybe FoCuS is the favorite in this match, but Foggy definitely has a good chance to get out of this group here.
Yeah, Foggy's one of those guys who seems to be on occasion like a lower bracket runner. If we take a look back at GCS fall in December, he did drop, as you said, to TH, and then in round 1 of the lower bracket, he was against the ropes. Against who? Against ZDR. Is that guy even playing anymore? I don't know.
Haven't seen him in quite a while.
But he did make it through also in the playoff stage, then also dropped down to the lower bracket, but made it through all the way. So, FoCuS though, that is the bigger question for me. We keep on saying all the time, FoCuS, when's he gonna have his big breakout performance? For how long has he been playing? For such a long time. And he's always a little disappointing on LAN. There's he may have some good games, but there's always going to be a few games in there, at least so far, where we're like, this is not the FoCuS we know from Jericho, for example, where sometimes he destroys a happy 3-0.
That's right, Jericho, when he can play from home, he feels really confident, he can bring his best, but he can't bring his A game to LAN events. Like, we're not joking about it, but we mention it since WCA 2015, I guess, since he came back, that FoCuS is one of the favorites, but he always disappoints. Like, every single LAN, and it's been like this, like, in team games, or in team events, he's really good offline as well, but when he's on his own, then something is wrong.
Yeah, I know. Maybe it's just the nerves. Speaking of nerves, by the way, Foggy, I talked to him in the practice room. He's really confident against FoCuS. He says he thinks he's a stronger player here, better prepared player. Also in the interview, he mentioned that he's feeling good against all the races. Not against Night Elf though, but the other matchups are all fine. However, he was concerned with how early he had to be here, because the guys at NetEase wanted to make sure everyone's here early, we can start on time. We're not gonna have too much of a delay. So he had to be in the studio 1 hour before his match, and he was already telling me, I don't like this, Remo. That's so much time to do nothing and just to start thinking about stuff, and maybe that's gonna make me nervous. He said before that he's not going to be nervous here this time because he's been here several times now and he has proven himself. Last time already 3rd place, best Night Elf finish in the tournament. Yeah. And yeah, I don't think he's normally the kind of guy to get nervous, but he's a little concerned here.
Yeah, I mean, that should be normal for the first series in the tournament. That's exactly what I meant before. And that's exactly what I meant before. Last time GCS didn't start that well, playoffs didn't start that well for him, but once he's in the groove and got his rhythm, then he's super fine. And I think it's always get used to the environment. Like last time we had these glass boxes, now you're sitting in a separate room with a big stone goat behind you or whatever that is. So, and you have to get used to the table, you have to position your equipment correctly. That's all tiny little things that can make the difference here, because it is the best players in the world, and one tiny mistake can make a difference. And I hope this won't happen to Foggy here. FoCuS, by the way, is not in the lobby yet. His hard drive is crapping out a bit, so Foggy is already in the room and waiting and chatting with us. But FoCuS, yeah, some issues on his side there.
Touching a little more on those, the setup here and what NetEase is providing. As you say, Rudan himself thinks it's all very good, but when I talked to Orkwalker, he said that the practice area and everything is very, very well equipped and absolutely amazing, but the stage itself, he was not so satisfied with. He said the table had a few edges that were not supposed to be there, and I'm not sure if he had a mouse pad. Also, he couldn't really stretch out his legs. So, I don't know. Some of you might say that's just excuses, but that's what he told me anyways. And the thing is, if Orkwalker didn't fit quite so well in that booth, I wonder what Rudan's gonna do. Because Rudan's twice as big.
Yeah, we'll see about that 2 days from now, since Rudan will be plays in Group D together with
TH, and are you testing me right now?
Yeah.
WFZ and Shishi.
That's right, man. And funny thing about TH, by the way, Ugri discovered it yesterday, that TH was sitting next to Rudan in the practice area, and Ugri approached him, since he knows him quite a bit, and says, you're sitting next to your opponent, and TH was really surprised, what? No, I'm playing against Shishi. And he was like, no, you play against Rudan, and Romantic was laughing in the background, so they checked up on it. And yeah, TH didn't know his opponent. Isn't that crazy?
Weird, right? I imagine they don't have Liquipedia. I mean, we only got it a year ago, 1.5 years ago. Liquipedia, something like that. By the way, do we or do we not want to start the Chinese stream?
Ooh.
Because earlier on, if you have tuned in early, we were testing some connection and we were having few connection issues. Things seem to be better right now, but we want to you know, not stretch the connection where it's not necessary.
And that's why we had no music.
现在的
What the
一些
hell?
这个编式的话，可能
Sorry about that. Is it Shun on the Chinese stream?
I'm not sure who that is.
I think we saw him before. Chinese stream looks like this. So on the left side, Xiaolin. I'm pretty sure it's Shun. Not 100% convinced, but yeah. We asked, by the way, for the same headsets that the Chinese casters are rocking at the moment. We will get it tomorrow, hopefully. Like, we will get a mixer and new equipment, so Remo doesn't have to hold the microphone anymore, which would be funny since one of the playoff days is scheduled to be 9 hours long.
Wouldn't that be funny, Neo? Funny!
I would laugh my ass off. But unfortunately, we will have a better service tomorrow.
Foggy is, by the way, saying it as well, that there's not that much leg space in the booth. I seriously wonder what Rudan's gonna do.
There's some funny chat going on here in the lobby so far, but yeah, we're still waiting for FoCuS. FoCuS is, of course, the best player of 2017, winning so many cups, the highest earning player in 2017, and mostly due to Nostalgia Battlefield, which he won in a team with TH. And was it TBCBM? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I think so too. The team event where Grubby played and actually took a map of TBCBM. It was really fun to follow him throughout the tournament. If you haven't seen that, check it out on our YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, yesterday's games are already up in, I hope, 1080p quality. That's what I was aiming for, at least. We had a few problems with the upload, but they're all there. So if you have a craving for some Warcraft, especially Infi versus 1-0, map 2 is a must-see for all the human enthusiasts amongst you.
that was crazy. Like 6 fiends around. Infi really stepped it up yesterday, and you were hardly believing it. Like, what the hell is going on with Infi? If he keeps playing like this, he's gonna win this tournament. And absolutely had an amazing showing. And as we mentioned several times yesterday, 1-0. Maybe this tournament not as strong as he's been last time. Obviously, he's the champion. He's the reigning Lord of the Frozen Throne, I guess. This time, by the way, players won't get a Frostmourne. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say why, but it's too funny not to tell. So they have this Frostmourne sword for all kinds of games and championships, and I think a Hearthstone team was the last one to win it, and they gave it to them, but then they lost it.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Did he tell you?
I didn't know.
Yeah, they lost it. So he said, yeah, we don't know where it is right now. So seems like they're gonna need a new one. Yeah, but the trophy's still pretty cool. It's gonna be a shield, actually. I hope we're gonna get a shot of it. Yeah, well, there must be a shot of it for the winner's ceremony.
I think so too. We do have a few new subs here as well. Thank you very much, Vicious, who was actually subscribing during our tests when everything was shit. Very nice gesture of your Topo Chan class, and Punk Super Kid have subscribed as well, so thank you very much for the support. Really appreciate it. And yeah, we're still waiting for FoCuS to join this lobby. You think it's a tactic to get Foggy nervous?
I wanted to ask the same thing, but I don't know. FoCuS really doesn't seem to me like the psychological warfare kind of guy.
You know what kind of guy he is?
I know.
He's a fucking sleepy kind of guy. We met him yesterday and the day before, I guess, and I asked him, like, okay, are you feeling good this time? Finally. Like, oh, so tired. All the time, man. I have no idea what's going on with him. We tried to feed him coffee, but unfortunately, still tired.
Yeah. What can you do? Maybe we should give him some of our monsters. Not even sponsored. I mean some of our generic energy drinks, which you can get all kinds of stuff.
But we might feed him something to wake him up, but only after the game against Foggy, obviously. I mean, It's hard because we like all the players in this group, so I don't really have a favorite, but I mean, it's Foggy. It's our boy. It's our almost golden boy, more like a bronze boy. But yeah, if we are a little one-sided here in Foggy's games, then I think it's understandable. We're rooting for Europe all the time.
Yeah, you have to excuse us for being a little partial in our casts. But I think, pretty much our entire audience is European or American. Shout out to you guys across the pond. And, well, we only have 3 Europeans left here. Walkworker, unfortunately, having dropped out already. And Foggy, he is the guy that we can put the most hopes into, I believe. We still, of course, have Rudan playing 2 days from now. And tomorrow it's going to be Hawk's time. But Hawk, he's got a tough road ahead of him, man. It's not going to be easy. But apparently he's been pretty strong in practice. And speaking of practice, FoCuS has been practicing with Moon for like 3 days in a row. Moon's going to be facing an orc in Fly, right? Isn't that the way it worked out?
Yeah.
Yeah. And FoCuS is going to be playing against Foggy next, so a couple of minutes. So only made sense for them. So, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow is really the group of death, man. I'm looking so much forward to Fly versus Moon. It's gonna be so good. It's like the best orc in this tournament against the best night elf in this tournament. I know the matchup can be a little boring and stale, but come on, man. It's like the best in the world at this matchup in the absence of Lin. Who's back, by the way, practicing again. And there he is, Mr. Foggy. Looking sharp and concentrated. I saw him practice a few games there, and he was like crazy amount of APM in that game. And I hope he can bring it to the table. So the game starts. We have the same rundown as yesterday. There's FoCuS, as you can see. Doesn't look too tired now, but he seems to have a few problems with adjusting his keyboard there, same as Orcworker said yesterday. There's not too much space.
Foggy had a very specific training regime, by the way. Absolutely no games yesterday. He wanted to, recover some freshness, some energy. Today, also no games. Only a single game against a bot before this match to warm up. So, Echo and LR removed. Echo, of course, by the Night Elf, LR by the Orc, and we're going to start on Turtle Rock. That's a good Orc map to start on, and of course, FoCuS infamous for his legendary item drops. But it's not like he's just lucky, he's also really good at actually looking for those items. It is not uncommon that he's gonna go to a creep camp, take only the item, go to the next one, take only the item, go to the next one, take only the item, and you wonder, how the hell have you gathered so much items? Well, he specifically looks for that in the early game, and here we see the two beside each other.
That's right. These are the pictures that were taken here in Shanghai, so this is how the players look. South Korea versus Ukraine, it is. FoCuS a little older, a little more, of course, a lot more experienced since he's been around for basically ever. More than 10 years of experience at FoCuS side. Lots of achievements, but all of them in team games. His biggest solo achievement was the bronze medal at WCG 2013, but that was a really small player grid, so I don't know, maybe he was a little lucky there, whatever. But he is the player of the year so far, and that shows in his crazy 64% against Night Elf, 66 against Foggy, 5th best player in the world, and we go in-game onto Turtle Rock.
Alright, no close positions, so that danger is not gonna have to be considered by either of the races, honestly. Obviously, Orcs with Raiders and Pillage, the most powerful and renowned base race. But Night Elf can also be very, very troublesome for Orc to deal with, because obviously you guys know about it. The burrows being heavy armor, talents can take him out quickly. And first question in this matchup is gonna be 1 burrow tech or 2 burrow tech, but well, 2 burrow honestly is already kind of out of the meta.
Yeah, that's right. FoCuS always goes for the 1 burrow attack, and then, as you said, snipes the item carrying creeps. And we need some feedback on you if the in-game sound is adjusted to our levels. For me, it's a little loud right now, so just let me know how it is for you, if you can hear it at all. In the upper left from Korea, top, representing clan A1, it is FoCuS, and in the bottom left, it is representing the Ukraine, obviously, our golden boy, the bronze medalist of last year. It's Foggy, and GCS, it's low. All right, we don't got in-game sound. All right, we'll fix it. Oh, really? You don't have any in-game sound at all? Why the fuck? Okay, that should be it. Click, click, click.
Our players' forces are under attack.
Should be better now, right?
Alright. Seems to be better. Yeah, guys, if anything's off, let us know in chat. We're trying to read as much of it as we can, and obviously trying to fix anything that might not be ideal. This is the biggest tournament in the world that Warcraft has, so we want to, represent it in all its glory as best we can. This matchup, obviously, we're gonna be watching the Demon Hunter and Blade Master. Who's gonna be stronger? Who's gonna carry his race harder? Blade Master's gonna have a tough time of that, considering how much of that time he's gonna be spending up in the air. And the Demon Hunter perhaps gonna be tough for him to creep. Of course, Orc is gonna have a lot of map control early, he's gonna be stronger. And the Demon Hunter is coming in for the last hit. This is gonna be a big deal. And it goes towards the Demon. He gets the item, the experience, he gets level 2. And this is already a marvelous start for our boy.
Alright, this is really good, man. The item was good, and stealing this Pendant of Energy is so great because it's 2 more Windwalks for the Blade Master. It's of course amazing for the TC later on. And yeah, that's 1 more Shockwave. So for the Night Elf itself, it's not that great, but denying it from the Orc is fucking fantastic. And he creeps at the same time, so multitasking and more levels for him. And what can FoCuS do now? He goes into the base, it's, okay, he gets the shop, and now floodgates are open.
Foggy oftentimes goes for this 1 Moonwell tech, I think in fact most of the time. So there is some opening for the Orc to apply pressure early, but of course with 1 borrow tech that is pretty hard to do. He might be able to cancel the Moonwell here after the Ancient of Wonders, but I mean, Archer keeps on creeping. Oh, he also got the ward. He got every single thing.
So good, man. I was just checking it. And yeah, he might lose a few wisps. He did lose 1 Moonwell, right?
Yeah, 1 was cancelled and the shop.
Alright, that's fine. So, Blade Master level 2 in a bit, he gets Claws of Attack. I don't know, is FoCuS playing Night Elf here, man? Look at it. And of course, signature move by Foggy, going for the staff. Not too many Night Elves do it anymore, especially the Asian ones, but this indicates a lot of harass early tier 2.
Also, pretty significant investment though. He, 400 gold for those 2 items, and because of Moonwell's taking damage being cancelled, that's more resources he's losing. So his timing, tier 3, with his entire arsenal being online, might be a little... Can he chase down this blade? No, right?
I don't think so.
It's boots versus no boots, but no, it's not enough damage. He's gonna reach the shop in time, but does the Blade Master actually have 0 experience?
Not really. He got 1 wisp.
Still though. Oh, the Wisp coming in for the block. Oh my god, if he gets this kill, how good's the block gonna be? It's pretty good. Is this enough? It might be enough. Whoa! He saves it. 1 more swipe or 2 will do it. I think it's gonna be enough.
1 kill! Foggy, man, what a start into GCS. And now what can FoCuS do? He can't defend this. Where's his grunt? He can't build the beastry, he can't build the lodge, and his altar is stuck. There's no TC coming for FoCuS as well. I mean, it's just level 1, it doesn't take too much time, but the delay on the TC, man, delays his level, delays the level 3, everything is going according to plan for the Ukrainian.
And he's gonna get this grunt as well. Easy with the boots of speed. Maybe he's gonna be able to deny himself. He can't even do it. This demon's almost level 3. Beastmaster's cancelling the bestiary. The blade has 25 experience. Here he is, by the way. The one good thing is he came back quickly. But I don't think he can get this kill. Perhaps he can, but is that even enough? The Demon Hunter at the same time is chasing those other 2 grunts. Alright. Beastmaster's stuck in the main. For once, something good happens, perhaps, for FoCuS, who is taking a beating. Is he gonna lose it as well?
It is good damage, man. There's the Quillbeast backstab, kills the Beastmaster, but can he get that lodge? I don't think so. The Archer is gone now. Demon Hunter is coming in though, but I think this base build is too good. Oh my god, it's so close, man. The Quillbeast, he doesn't have enough damage with his level 1, and he cancels the lodge as well! Unbelievable FoCuS, man. Thrown back to the Stone Age.
And even if the Demon gets around
another grunt, he kills the second grunt. Level 3 against level 1.
This is This is what it looks like when I play Orc. This is exactly what it looks like.
This is... If FoCuS comes back from this, man, it's absolutely the turnaround of the century. He needs to creep so much. He doesn't have critical strike yet, only now. What item did he get? Cloak of Shadows, of course. He needs slippers here. And there is a Demon Hunter right in his face again. And this Beastry, man. Will he have Master Talents before there's a second building up?
And he can just easily step out here, no ensnare to worry about, of course. This is impressive, is what this is. FoCuS all, the ball is in his court if ever I've seen one. He's gonna continue creeping now. Beastmaster experience, yeah, it's looking pretty bad, but whatever, man. He is way ahead in this game, finding the Ring of Regen. Always a decent item, especially for Night Elf without rejuvenation. And he's got both wards against Orc. This doesn't happen usually.
Tomb of Experience or what? Oh, it's the other. Oh, I didn't see it if it was one, but I don't think so. Beastmaster still level 1, doesn't have the Hawk. Or, it's the Tomb of Experience one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I know that Shanghai is kind of his city, his hometown, the Warcraft hometown, of course, but this game is so good for him. On the other side, Road the Magi for the Torrent Chieftain, level 2 as well, but still no level 3 on the Blade Master, no level 2 Windwalk, the duration is missing, so he can't get that much information, and I think he has to speed up everything that he can't split his Blade Master away from the army, so progress on the heroes is slower than usual.
And it's FoCuS with the find of double cloak. I don't know. Naga! Wow, very aggressive.
He wants to end this right here, now.
Is this necessary though? Can't he just win this straight up? But alright, let's see. He wants to get some damage in early. The Wisp sees this, the Wisp detonates, and he's looking for more kills on what is the question? Going for the Blade Master first, but there's a shop fairly nearby. Can he get the TC? Low armor hero, quite a bit of HP. He's taking so much damage. The Quell-based block is coming in, and he is gonna get the kill.
Unbelievable plays by Foggy. Now there's no shockwaves. Here comes the talents. Master upgrade is almost there. And where's the damage? And FoCuS' army there. It's not brutal, savage, wrecked, to quote one of the greatest of esports figures of all time. This is so crazy, man.
Wow, what a performance to start the day with. He didn't need practice games yesterday or today. He is in tip-top shape, and FoCuS. What went wrong that game? Well,
every single thing possible went wrong. Do we have the time to list all of this, or like unbelievable? Blade Master lost first with an amazing block by that Wisp, even using a building like to block him further, then getting the grunt, then killing the buildings over and over. TC was like delayed because of that, and like the block against the TC, did he move like 1 meter?
That was great.
Perfection by Foggy.
He also stole the Ogre Magi and the item and the ward. So yeah, that was the stars aligning right there for Foggy. But, it was also excellent play. He may have been a little lucky here and there, but it was also amazingly well played. Map number 2 is going to be the Orc's choice, and he decides to go to Twisted Meadows.
I need an invite again, by the way. I had the game still up. And here comes Uberline. Did you see the game, man?
No, I just heard. Foggy won, right?
Yeah, Foggy won.
Yeah, Twisted Meadows, one of the hardest maps to make talents work on. And also super hard to creep. Ancient of War creep can be punished very, very hard by the Blade Master. And will it be scouted though, is the question. We oftentimes see 2 borrow tech here just for having more grunts early. Then you can kill all the gnolls like in the middle with the claws and stuff. And obviously also you kind of need 2 borrow tech for the peon for scouting. So Foggy is saying himself, I am on fire, and yes, he absolutely is.
True that, and yeah, I didn't expect this at all. Like, who did? No one can expect a game like this, but it is Foggy at GCS. It's like, it started, his first time at GCS he beat Lin. which was like a crazy surprise, and it seems like the orcs here in Shanghai, they cannot get used to Foggy's playstyle or to play in general. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, map number 1 looks like two players that, should never be on the same playing field. But
Calm down.
yeah, take a breath now.
Yeah.
If you're focused, this was just one map. Doesn't have to mean anything. This is a best of 3. The deck has been reshuffled, and on Twisted Meadows, the deck might be a little stacked for the orcs. Of course, this is his map choice, and well, this is. I think this is, at least in my mind, though, in this matchup on this map, where Foggy really made a name for himself. And you guys must know what I'm referring to. That is, of course, the WCA 2015 qualifier, where he played against Cash, ending Cash's career, basically.
He is back and made it to the final of Jura Cup now, so just a temporary retirement.
Yeah, it was a legendary game at a time when Foggy was more of a gimmicky player. Like, he played a lot of Potom and Fairy Dragons, fast expansions, and in that game he eliminated the strongest orc in Europe at that time with proxy Hippo Riders. We were losing our shit when we saw that, when we were casting it from Berlin. But he has become a stable player. He has become a straight up good player. It took a long time for the pros around the world to recognize him and to respect just his straight up skill. But now he's among them. He has cemented himself, his status, his prestige and glory among the best in the world, with, of course, as we mentioned, 3rd place in last GCS. Yeah, and if he keeps playing like on Turtle Rock, he might in fact go higher than last time.
Okay, there is some issues now again with FoCuS's computer. He's asking for a change, and yeah, I was wondering, since he had problems with his mouse before we started this game, that it might affect him, and he left the game immediately. And yeah, there's some issues. Maybe I don't want to say maybe he lost the game because of the problems he had, but I mean, you can still pause if you realize it. So it's up to you to do it.
That being said, though, Koreans oftentimes too polite to stop a broadcast. So it may have severely affected him, but speculation.
Yeah, and everything went so well. We didn't mention the Ogre Magi steal in the beginning. Like, he got everything there. Let's see about that. And yeah, the good thing, of course, if Foggy wins, you will obviously come to this little studio here and talk about the games.
Something that he was always looking forward to last GCS, after his wins, coming over, talking about the game a little with the biggest smile on his face. And he's kind of like a esports player fiend. He always is looking at chat and reading everything. Earlier, as I said, he wasn't practicing any games. He wanted to be fresh for his match. He was just checking Read More and not checking Read More, but Facebook and Good Game and stuff. Reading all the comments that you guys provide. And I think he knows about the status he has nowadays. He's the glowing beacon, the European hope. And so far, he's certainly not disappointing us.
Yeah, Harry Potter, we called him before. Someone in chat said if he's casting a curse on FoCuS's mouse, but not just there yet.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that's kind of like overkill, staying in China for so long. I mean, of course you get used to the environment, the setting, maybe even the weather, whatever. But I was like, isn't like 2 days of practice enough to get used to zero ping? But I guess it doesn't hurt.
I mean, it's not getting used to zero ping, it's about like having the best environment to practice. And you know what's funny? We always have an opinion, like when Jaws was not practicing at all, we said, oh, how can he not practice? He just goes in there and wins all the games. He should like practice more. Now Foggy is practicing his ass off, and you criticize him for practicing too much, and we did last time. But I will never doubt him for that, as he is so successful doing what he does.
I don't criticize like how much he practices. I was just like, I thought, isn't that like overkill, a little too preparing to go for China for a week, but doesn't hurt, I guess.
He wanted to go for 3 weeks, so
I mean, last time he was here for 3 weeks, right? Well, maybe even longer.
WCA and then GCS, he was like as long in China as we were.
Yeah. Unfortunate, of course, for FoCuS to not have the very best conditions here to start with.
That's true. Do you remember the picks and bans, by the way?
It was definitely Equiles and I think Last Refuge.
We saw Turtle Rock already. So this is what we have. We do have the correct map images compared to the Chinese stream, who still didn't fix the bug. But yeah, that means we're left with Twisted Meadows. That is FoCuS's pick now.
You think perhaps they haven't noticed yet?
We should tell them, you think?
Maybe.
You don't think there's like 100,000 Chinese people watching that stream and complaining? Like,
I'm sure chat is complaining, but maybe they don't read chat because they, they're not as in touch with their community as we are.
So if FoCuS loses this, we still have Amazonia and Ancient Isles to pick from. And Terranistan, actually. So good choices there for Foggy. If we go on to the third map.
Yeah. I think he likes Amazonia, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Although I think that's a really rough late game map. But I mean, on Turtle Rock it didn't really come to the late game, did it?
That's true. Yeah, I wonder how long it will take them. Like yesterday we had no problems at the computers, or at least nobody said that. Foggy is, by the way, playing in the blue.
In the blue corner.
In the blue corner. Do you know what was his booth last time? Like there was one specific booth that he wanted to take all the time, or where games were going better.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Superstitious plays, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah. We had this at WCA in Cologne. We had this last time GCS. Maybe it becomes a thing this time as well, and one booth is better than the other.
I think they prefer blue, but I could be wrong about this. I'm not sure.
Shouldn't be like red makes you more aggressive and you play better. Bloodthirsty.
Maybe the key is staying calm, Maybe.
That's true. So the Chinese went to a commercial break. That gives us some time to thank our new subs here. Zephyr2 for 11 months. He says, congratulations, you have my subscription. Thank you very much. Grazing Cow and Piston333. I think this guy is from Readmore, right? I didn't know his nickname for such a long time already. So, of course, if you subscribe to the channel, you get all the replays from GCS summer. I'm talking a little quiet here because I'm not sure if we're allowed to do that or not, but we just do it anyway. So yeah, if you have questions about our time in Shanghai here, about us, whatever, ask us anything, a beloved category, at least from us. Technical problems here in Shanghai for FoCuS, so we have to kill some time. Why are you holding the mic? Because if it's closer to our mouth, it's better. We asked for like headsets, and we might get them tomorrow. They have to borrow some equipment from another company or whatever, not another company. And I hope tomorrow we have headsets.
Yeah, they said they were going to give them tomorrow. I wonder if it's actually exactly the right thing, or maybe they just give us something and they ask like, how about this one? This one okay?
Probably. How about the girls in Shanghai? We went to a club that was pretty mixed, like Western people and Asian people, and there were a lot of beautiful girls.
I would say so as well. Pretty young people though, right? Or is it just us getting old?
I think it's just us getting old, especially me, man. Wherever I go, I feel like, oh, okay. Those were the days, man.
I gotta get something to put below here. 1 second.
Alright, no problem. If I go closer to the mic, then it's fine. Thank you for streaming. Thank you for watching, Messermann. How's the food in Shanghai? We didn't get like extraordinary stuff yet. In general, it was good, but nothing too fancy. I hope we get the time to go out with some players to go for like Korean barbecue or some hot pot again like we had last time.
Yeah, that's a bit of a, not issue, but a little sad perhaps. that we oftentimes finish very late here, and we're in an area where it's not super downtown, so it's not like there's hot pot places that have open until 2 in the morning. There's basically one mall here where that's everything, and that mall closes at 9, which is a little annoying.
Oh, we went there to eat some noodles with chicken, and those noodles, man, they were so disgusting.
Yeah, I didn't like them either. They had a weird consistency.
Yeah, they said they were made from potatoes.
Yeah.
But I can't really believe that. They were so chewy, it was really hard to eat.
Did you finish the bowl?
No, I couldn't.
I like the soup though.
Yeah, the soup was really good, but yeah. Like, we always try to eat some interesting stuff that we haven't before, but so far, nothing too interesting.
It seems like in China they eat a lot of soup with noodles for breakfast, which is so weird for the cuisine that I'm used to. Because I like soup, but for breakfast it's strange. But I think I'm gonna try that tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so too. Like,
They also
you
got-
had 3 days of chicken nuggets now. You're getting tired of it?
I think I've had enough of the chicken nuggets. Kind of the only thing that Rudan eats, by the way. Rudan, his breakfast is a whole bunch of chicken nuggets.
Oh, let me tweet it. So you go to twitter.com/back2warcraft.
Ooh.
And I will
We're gonna
tweet
do the plug right here.
Ruden's breakfast. Right? No.
But isn't like you have VPN. Okay, right. Very good. Foggy Balboa still waiting in the lobby. They call him the boxing champion in China because he does the boxing moves. There's been some gifs of those when he wins the games.
Okay, tweeted, I guess. I hope. Yeah, tweet posted. Should be live.
Alright, if you want to see what Rudan's breakfast looks like here in Shanghai, check out twitter.com/back2warcraft.
Exactly. Close to 2,000 followers, by the way, so feel free to leave us a follow here. Oh well. So are there more questions? Since it's not your first time in China, have you tried to learn some words or sentences? Like, we know hello and thank you. That's basically it. It's really embarrassing. But
Yeah, it honestly is.
But we don't really have to, because people are taking such good care of us that they organize everything for us if we just ask. Or like, if you go for a taxi, there's an app for that. And I tried to learn Chinese for half a year, and I'm just not capable of speaking it. Like, my tongue can't do it.
In general, in China, everything's really high tech. Surprised me the first few times we were here. Even in Yinchuan, which is kind of a backwater shithole, to be honest. They were like, every cab had like a phone inside where you could like call them with the app. And I was like, huh, I didn't expect this here. I thought this was, not that well developed, but absolutely. China leading the tech industry soon enough, if not already.
So next question, how's the beer in China? Pretty light. We had a big variety of beers yesterday and the day before, and some are really cool and nice, and some are quite disgusting.
Yeah, there was this one that you really didn't like and wanted to switch with mine. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, maybe, like, usually I think I would have liked it, but I drank so much light beer before, not on purpose, guys, it was just like a coincidence, that was really, like, malty, I think. I don't know if that's the right word, but I think you know what I mean. And after so much light beer, having this heavy malt taste was really weird. How's the wheat? I don't know, didn't score some yet. And I am not intending to, because we might get arrested, and that's not good in China, I think.
Yeah, Chinese prison is not where I want to be.
They are rebuilding FoCuS Computer from the ground up at the moment. 8 likes already, thank you guys. Who do you guys think could be the dark horse in this tournament? Interesting question.
I was asking the players because they oftentimes have a good feel for, when they play a lot of ladder and they might feel someone rising up. And what I've heard a lot is Life is actually really good on ladder.
He's massing games, I read that.
Yeah, that definitely. But they also say he's playing really well on ladder. But they also say when he has these offline performances, he seems to start getting nervous.
Yeah,
he
same as
just doesn't back it up with there.
There's a Lich King playing volleyball. Wait a second. I think it's over. Damn. But the commercials for the freaking Hearthstone expansion are quite funny. What was I about to say? Dark Horse, exactly. Yeah, Life, I don't think he will make it far. I don't even think he will make it out of the group. He's of course paired with Hawk, Fly, and Moon, so I don't see him winning any games.
Yeah, getting out of that group is pretty rough.
Yep. So
I would say Remind, but can we really call him a dark horse?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, game starts. I think I don't know if they try it first or if they try it before, but we'll see about that. I will tell you my pick after the. Maybe it's Foggy again.
Do they have like? I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know. WFZ could make it far, but do we really have? Yeah, I mean, there's so many players in a higher tier.
Yeah, I think WFZ would be considered kind of a dark horse because he hasn't had that amazing run in an offline event yet.
Yeah, too. Right, he was silver medalist of the GCS Grand Final in January.
But lost only 4 players, right?
There was only 4 players, yeah. But it was 1-0, Fly,
TH.
Yeah, TH exactly, and WFZ. So pretty good performance.
All right, we're about to start, guys.
We're waiting for the commercials to end, most likely.
Twisted Meadows gonna be the choice. There's been a lot of experimenting on Twisted, but I guess we're gonna get into that once we actually load into the game.
Yeah, could you consider Moon as a dark horse? I mean, not since his AWL win, right?
No, I don't think so. Yeah,
it's really hard to do. Like there's this super tier with 1-0 Fly and TH. Right after it is Moon, I think. In the A tier.
What about Infi?
If you ask me the day before yesterday, I'd say nah, not really. Infi will drop out in lower bracket round 2 or something. Yesterday's performance though, pretty damn strong. Maybe it was just a good day. Let's see. So the Chinese casters are back on stream. That means the game is about to start. So I see a lot of FoCuS take my energy memes already. So go. It worked well last time.
You said FoCuS.
FoCuS Foggy. Oh boy, what is wrong with me?
You may have just cursed him.
Nah, never. So. Yep.
Alright, yep. LR and Echo had been vetoed before. Turlock is done with. My goodness, what a stomp from Foggy. Was it really down to technical issues, at least somewhat? We did replace the computer. It took a while, but now FoCuS is ready. Now we're ready. Gold Championship Series. This is going to be the 4th title to be claimed. So far it's been 1-0, Fly, and Infi. Who's going to be the next one? Would it be this guy? It would be so awesome. It would be something else. We had Yaws taking a silver medal, but we're far from that. We're still in the group stages. We are now on map number 2, Twisted Meadows, for our Ukrainian hope. Foggy starting in the bottom left as the Night Elves. Now, what I wanted to get into a little bit here is Twisted, very big map, can be an expansion map, can be a long game, can be a macro game, even somewhat 2 bases versus 2 bases. That's, I know, very, very, very rare against Orc, but possible perhaps. And there's been a lot of experimentation lately by players like Moon, by players like Foggy as well, playing maybe quick, fast expansion, a lot of Merc Camp support, stay on tier 2, go Dryads and Talents, go Mass Hunts, that's all kinds of stuff. I think the most standard is 3 hunts into Talents, but there's a large variety of stuff you can play.
Looks like a Huntress opening here, no Engine of War just yet, just the Altar and Moonwell. So this is the old school approach of Twisted Meadows for Night Elves, I guess. Haven't seen that in quite some time though. But do you know how Moon plays it? Because that basically indicates how Foggy will play it as well.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, all the Koreans are big Moon fanboys, and so is Foggy also. The only time I ever hear him talk about a player being, oh, that was so smart, oh, I saw it in his replay, oh, I think I'm gonna do that as well. It's always about Moon, every single time. Something from Moon that he copies, by the way, Wisp Scout in both directions. I know that Moon used to play a lot of Beastmaster first, Hunt's expansion here, but that was a little while ago. I don't know what he's playing on Twisted nowadays.
Me neither. We see a Demon Hunter first and we see a Blade Master first. No surprise, no Farseer like a few other Koreans are playing, Who and So-In really like the Farseer play, especially on Twisted. Shop here, one burrow tech most likely, Scouts arrive, and here we have it, Engine of War, Huntress Hall, not mass of course, but you know, to have a little more sustainability in the early game.
Players' forces are under attack.
In the double Wisp Scout, of course, important to find the Blade Master, who gets the first blood drawn on one of those Wisp Scouts. No, he's not creeping anything, right? No, Demon just buys the Dust of Appearance, and he's gonna be try to be as annoying as possible. Not probably in time to do anything about this Trapper kill. Is a lot gonna come back to him? Tome of Experience could be the drop, and he gets it as well.
Alright, maybe it's reversed now, but let's see Foggy's opening. Of course, he doesn't have anything on the map right now except his Demon Hunter, since Hunters do take quite a bit of time. His Blade Master is quite low, so if he can deny the healing the entire time, that would be neat. Tech started.
Blade Master's out of mana already though, so it's gonna be harder to evade the Demon in the middle of the map. The middle of the map has 4 camps that are the same, which are the null camps, and they're really easy to creep with just 1 grunt, maybe 2 grunts, and the blade. Obviously not possible for the demon if for the orc if the demon's around. So it's gonna be Foggy's objective to keep tabs on its opponent, and yeah, as I said, with the blade being out of mana already, that's not that hard to do.
Nice micro here by FoCuS to evade the hits of the Demon Hunter. Now he's back to full health. Before we saw Foggy doing a mana burn at 23 mana. That's like the breaking point where mana burn starts to do damage, and of course damage cancels the heal self. So that was the one opportunity he had. Afterwards, FoCuS outmaneuvered him a bit. What do we see here? Second Engine of War for creeping and expansion already.
Oh, what a scout by the grunt. Expects this. And he's gonna see it, he's gonna cancel it. But he did start the tech, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
War Mill. What is this thing?
I mean, you need it for towers and for Kodos. I always thought you needed it for Wyvern, but you actually don't.
You don't, but maybe it's... Is he preparing with this for a tower push? Like, if the expansion fails, because Foggy is still on tier 1, maybe he prepares for a Mass Huntress AP push?
The block pretty nice on the Blade Master, try to keep him away for as long as possible. I don't think he can save this though. Can he? Is there Wisps coming for repair? Not really, but
good.
Blade Master's only level 1 still, and I don't know about this.
I think the Blade Master, if he doesn't
there's Wisps coming from the main.
Okay, I think it's too late, but we'll see about that. No, he actually does the damage that he needs to scare FoCuS away, since there's no mana anymore. Uses the heal self now, there's 23 mana. Where's the mana burn? Blocks himself. Is it worth it? Yeah, it is. He does have enough mana, but I think he's too far away now. But the grunt is super hurt. He attacked it with another Huntress, so really good macro management.
Look at the north blue dots on the minimap. That's a lot of Wisps.
Whoa. Looks like AP, man, or it is mass expansions, but it's more of an AP push there. But I mean, FoCuS is on tier 2. He goes double Beastery plus War Mill.
And no second hero yet.
No second hero yet.
He has the resource for it. Is he considering like what he wants to do?
Must be a Shadow Hunter, right?
Yeah, I think so. He has 600 gold. What's he waiting for?
Yeah, it's a really good question. But I like how Foggy keeps tabs on basically everything. The expansion is back to full health. Is he teching now? No. He stays on tier 1, has the resource, has the Moon Wells for 50 food now. 0-0 upgrades on the Huntress, so there is a little space to improve there. And the Demon Hunter had no experience. Now he starts to gather some.
Alright. Blade is gonna be coming in for the creep check here. Too late though to get the big item, and it's gonna be the Boots of Speed. Very nice, of course, for the Demon Hunter. He comes in, the Blade, and gets the last hit. That's gonna be level 2 for him, but level 2 will also be reached with that Grunt kill coming in just a moment. If he chases, gets it anyways with the Troll.
But 2 grunts are hurt, man. He gets the kill here.
Now he's gonna get, might take some time, but he easily gets those 2 kills.
Especially with Boots of Speed now, man. This is so easy. And look at the amount. Oh, nice scroll of speed to save this one. And the heal cell. Good macro by FoCuS there.
It's not enough though if he chases far enough. Those Boots of Speed really coming in handy right now. Second hero should have been started by the Orc at some point. What?
Still nothing coming up. And can he deny the grunt into the creeps? Looks like it. No, he actually gets the last hit here. Once again, so much stuff is going in the right way for Foggy, who switches to archers now, afraid of Wyvern.
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
absolutely correct.
Yeah. Blind counter to Huntresses, obviously. Wyverns, Hunts can shoot up, but he's gonna have double Ancient of War Archer production and also Mercamp support. But what grunt is this? Number of grunts dying?
3, right? He got 2. This one gets denied. No idea. I mean, FoCuS has the huge tech advantage. Here comes the Wyvern now for harass, but he does have a good amount of lumber.
That's perhaps why he was spreading the wisps around so much. You know, don't have them in your main base. Not that easy to harass.
Yeah, they're pretty secure up there. I don't think he will scout that. Demon Hunter might get to level 3 here, or will FoCuS steal it. He needs to get in soon. Demon Hunter got it. Items on the Blade Master though. This is level 3 for him. No mana burn anymore. Can he reach? Doesn't look like it. Nope.
But what can the Wyverns do? Like, they can't kill wisps right now. They're spread all across the map. If they're high enough in number, they might be able to kill one of the entangled gold mines, but, you know, there's 2.
Yeah, 4 Wyverns now. More upgrades, but yeah, here is just 1 remaining. There is the first Ancient Protector, but immediately scouted by FoCuS.
Alright, but he's getting more and more ranged piercing damage. Archers, Berserkers coming in. And 4 Wyverns are stuck on the other side of the map, so that exposes the main base, where Foggy is not going though. He's gonna go to the next Merc camp, gonna get more Berserkers, more Trolls. Now he's gonna start losing some economy here.
Yeah, it's 1 volley per Wisp with 4 Wyverns, so he baits the repair and then trying to kill the Wisp, so Foggy has to constantly reproduce them. Foggy had 58 supply already. And a good level on his Demon Hunter. Everything is going according to plan here at the expansion, and the Wyverns don't really accomplish too much. The first Bat Rider is there.
Does he want to do some, like, liquid fire?
I don't think so. Oh, he is on tier 3, going for 2 towers in his base. That might be liquid fire. We were talking about yesterday with Rudin that this is the most annoying shit in Warcraft. Bats and liquid fire.
Alright, can the towers hold off the Night Elf in the Orc main, or does Foggy actually turn around for the defense? Of course, if he TP's home, that's probably going to be good enough to win the fight. And yeah, the Wyvern have to run away from this. There's a Mud Golem, by the way, to slow down those Wyvern, but doesn't get in range.
Really good position for FoCuS now. He can just fly between the 2 bases, doing damage here, force town portals, force movement, then easily fly back. I don't really know how Foggy wants to prevent this with a Zeppelin maybe, but then there's a Bat Rider and you know what happens.
What? It's not repairing?
It's not repairing at all. Foggy a little overwhelmed maybe. He had a good start, but FoCuS with the tactics coming back here, losing more and more wisps. Yeah, Foggy not reacting to this.
Alright. He's just, yeah, he seems to be, as you say, overwhelmed and doesn't know exactly what to do. And now the towers are up. 2 of them, 3 of them. You can't dive that with Hunts, no way.
Still a few Moonwells here, but he's trying to snipe the entire Tree of Life. 1 archer only there to defend this. Can he force another town pole? He doesn't even have one. 2 Berserkers here, good anti-air, but of course in the completely wrong space.
I think he should, you know, park some archers and Berserkers next to his gold mines, and then with the protection of those get some APs up, but not doing that right now.
Here comes the repair, but oh, is he committing to the Tree of Life again? No, there's 1 volley. Not more though. Foggy is moving back. I'm waiting for liquid fire. There we go. Can't repair. It's not mass Bat Riders, but of course if you attack the Entangled Gold Mine or the Tree of Life once, you can't repair anymore.
Alright, and those Wyvern did a lot of damage, a lot more than I was expecting. Can Liquid Fire actually be relevant in 2017 in pro games? Alright, here we go. We have only... No, alright, there's a couple of archers here. Yeah, that's a good number of archers. He's gonna kill, finally, a Wyvern. He did get quite a few kills on the grunts, but only now the first Wind Rider dies. Late Master, suddenly, level 3.5.
To that, he's solo creeping him, and he's tier 3, so a lot of bonus experience. By the way, of course, that's one of the reasons why Foggy went for the 2 mercenary camps that fast, to have access to both of them and get a lot of berserkers here. But he's only mining from 3 wisps, 4 here, so 7 wisps in total. Not really the way you want it. And Liquid Fire should be finished any moment.
Yeah, and he needs to be careful, man. Liquid Fire is super dangerous. He needs to, like, the Blade Master is also doing a good job trying to kill off one by one those piercing damage units. But there's quite a few archers in the main, 5 archers. Seems like they would be winning the fight.
Yeah, he wants to park them here to be able to get at least a few ancient protectors up. Oh, but the berserker dies. Is there mana? Yeah, there is mana for a Windwalk.
Liquid Fire. Can't repair?
Oh, can't repair anymore. That's the end for the expansion of Foggy. And I think, yeah, the same fate will happen to the main base. Foggy losing his second map, not closing in here. And FoCuS with a very unique approach.
Interesting.
It is.
I thought, alright, he got his 2 bases up. That's gonna be GG. He went for a lot of hunts. He had like, I want to say 7 hunts, maybe 8. Maybe that was a bit of overkill. Maybe he should have had at least 1 AP instead.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to put APs at both bases, but you know, have it at 1, and then the rest of your archers and berserkers can protect the other one, and then you can, you know, stabilize and then start taking up.
Yeah, I think he was so much looking for this all-in push after the expansion that was up, and like with 60 supply hunters or 65 maybe. But at that point of the game, FoCuS already had a few towers up and was pressuring a bit. But really, really good how FoCuS came back into this game after what was a horrible start. I mean, in the end, it was a win by tech choices, Wyverns, and I like the one Bat Rider. It was a really nice idea. You know, once I have Liquid Fire, you can't do anything anymore, and that sealed the deal for FoCuS.
I think it was Foggy's mistake to under-prepare on the defense. As you say, his sight was too much set on the aggression, I think. He could have decided to play it a little more conservative, you know, set up APs more quickly, but he was trying to break his opponent, but yeah, he died on the other side of the map.
Alright, thank you very much Hayek92 for a €25 donation, man, big one. This is long overdue, guys. Thanks for all the content since I discovered the stream about a year ago. Really brings back the passion and nostalgia. Go Night Elf, go Moon. Thank you very much, Hayek, and have fun.
Alright, next map gonna be Turner Stand.
Yeah, and this is the deciding map who's going into the winner bracket final. Of course, it's a lot easier to escape into the playoffs from there. A lot of people are expecting Remind from the other part of the grid, who's facing Romantic in the second winner bracket semifinal, but I'm not too sure. Oh, we saw Foggy's little book. Did you see it? He has like a book of tactics.
Yeah, he wasn't practicing today, but he was studying that one hard when I was over in the player area. By the way, he also got a nice pep talk from his coach. He was like, Foggy, you can do this, you can do this. You're the pride of Europe. Go, go, go.
He actually is. So, we see FoCuS. This time really focused. No pun intended, but there's no other way I can say it. So, it's about to start again.
Calm and collected. Who's gonna take it? Who's gonna drop? And we go in a moment into Terranos. One of the easiest maps for Night Elf to get a high level Demon Hunter, and that is always key against Orc.
One last view onto Foggy. Will he go down to the lower bracket like the last few times he played GCS, or is it his first winner bracket final? Oh, you see, he slapped his hands once again. You see the players one last time, and here we go into map number 3 of Foggy versus FoCuS. once I have this done. There we go.
Alright, so no greedy creep camp being taken by Foggy. That is absolutely an option against Orc. It is risky though. If the Orc anticipates it, especially if he scouts it, then it's gonna be bad news for you, but it's so rare nowadays for the Orc to scout, and if they don't scout, it's even bigger of a risk to, you know, just to hope that he might be there. Because obviously one barrel tech, you need all your peons harvesting lumber for that quick tech up towards tier 2, and if this is a warden, I would be very surprised. It is a demon.
We saw it like a few times in professional Warcraft, the warden against Orc, but I mean, too much HP on all those units, so it's not really effective, and you need the Demon Hunter in a normal game against the TC anyway, so Foggy sticking true to his Demon Hunter here. Engine of War at the laboratory. This might be the last tournament for the normal Terraner stand, by the way, so it's a slow and sad goodbye to the old map.
If you guys haven't had your ear to the ground, yes, you're hearing right. Terraner stand is gonna be changed. Blizzard made some changes. There's already been one show match at China Joy, which was broadcasted by Neo as well. I think we, for the most part, feel those are good changes, but yeah, we're gonna see that in the future. Lots of map changes actually coming Warcraft's way late, but better late than never, right?
So, Foggy with a Wisp already, seeing the movement of the Blade Master. That is nothing too special. That's interesting for FoCuS at least. Okay, he goes for the item here. I wonder if he's going for the laboratory, because that will take some time away from Foggy's direction. He gets the Mantle of Intelligence, or almost half a Wind Walk. So alright, he might go to this one, creep the item here, and then go for the Harass. I wonder if he's in time for that. Foggy got the Dust and the Circlet, and it's not continuing to creep.
Yeah, wants to find the blade, wants to contest him, doesn't want to give him too many items. How well is he going to be sniffing out the Orc's movement? They're going to pass here, but the Blade Master is invisible. Of course, how good is the Dust timing? Is he going to hit it? Oh no, he's not invisible. Okay. So he saw him, and he's going to try to follow him. He's going to...
He dusted him. So he sees him now. Once again, quite a good early game. His Demon Hunter is level 2 already. FoCuS on the other side with only 20 experience from this one level 1 Apprentice Wizard.
I believe Foggy went for the one Moonwell tech again, as he oftentimes does. If we compare the two techs, they should be very similar. And woohoo! Actually, ahead is the Night Elf.
Well, FoCuS positioning the bouncer there, but doesn't go for it.
Can he attack it from next to the barracks?
Like it. Oh, yeah,
that's gonna be a cancel.
Or is it a trap? There's no staff on Foggy. He's surrounded there. As long as he can kill it now.
Oh my god.
And he's in range. He's in range with the burrow with 3 peons inside. The grunt is blocking. He doesn't have anything to hide. That was really cool by FoCuS. It was intended, but oh, okay, opens it up now. As he got the time for the circlet here.
Alright. Probably now staff gonna be the purchase.
Yeah.
Foggy really likes that item. And there we do see it. How aggressive is he gonna be? His big role model, Moon, actually likes to be semi-aggressive. On tier 2, he's gonna be in the Orc's face with the Demon Hunter, also the staff in the inventory. But the Beastmaster creeps by himself, ideally with Ancient of War support, to get up those levels quickly for the Hawk, for the level 2 Quill Beast.
Yeah, FoCuS with his burrow, now his third one in time to produce the second hero, which will be a TC this time. So you can see it lines up almost perfectly with the tier 2 tech. Foggy already there. And an archer is going to the tavern, so this is Beastmaster time again. There's nothing to staff onto though. There's no Wisp nearby. The closest is here. So there's no immediate Demon Hunter action now.
He waited for the preservation staff to be ready from his main. Alright, decision time. Aggression or creeping? What's he gonna decide to go for? Foggy, he was for the longest time convinced that aggression should be the choice against a one borrow teching Orc. You can't give them those tier 2 units too quickly. And yeah, Quillbeast is gonna block perhaps down there? No. But that's gonna be an easy cancel on the first bestiary. One difficulty for Orc in the base layout on Terranas, it's really hard to wall off your base. You can see how much space there is between the altar and the main building. So you really can't and block the entrance with the bouncers, and he's gonna find the Spirit Lodge down here as well. He always gets those cancellations.
Very cool idea by FoCuS to build it
The
here.
grunts, man. 2 of them are low.
Yeah, 2 of them are low, and here comes the Wilbeast, who tried to go for a surround in the Beastmaster, but I don't think he should do that, man. The blade is coming for the damage, but whoa, the critical strike for 110 was huge. Saps out the Beastmaster, there's another surround, but he kills 2 grunts.
Oh my god!
Is there enough damage for the Spirit Lodge? Looks like it. 3 Quillbees. Does he have the HP to move out or to staff out?
Is there boots on the blade? No, right?
Ooh, the inventory is sick.
Scroll off the
Beast.
Scroll is it gonna be fast enough to force the TP here?
He wants to block.
Oh, Grunt, not gonna have it for too much longer. And I think he should be getting away with this.
Whoa, really good opening by Foggy once again. The Beastmaster though decides, okay, this was enough. I don't want to force my luck any further. He may be scouting a bit with the Quillbees, but the damage should not be enough. Beastery delayed, Lodge delayed, and he still builds it here.
And it bought enough time for the Ancient of War to move into position. Now he's gonna get the Merc Camp here. He's gonna be closing in on level 3 Demon. Not quite gonna be there though, yet. But losing 2 grunts again, and the Archer actually is still alive. Going for the Berserker as well, so that's a lot of good damage for the Creeping Phase. In the 50 supply area, not necessarily the best. Obviously can't use Cyclone. Does he have the TP on the Beastmaster? Yes, right? He didn't sell it. No. He's not that crazy.
Stabs the Demon Hunter back to heal up. Actually doesn't do it. Okay, now. Tier 3 is almost finished. Adept upgrade lining up, and on FoCuS' side we saw a very strong Blade Master already with plus 12. Plus 14, sorry, I forgot about the circlet. Close to level 3, but again, he has to creep with both heroes at the same time as the Blade Master is not level 3. Line of Lightning Shield can be put to good use. There is no Dispel in the Night Elf army. Of course, usually you bring a few wisps to detonate against the Spirit Link, so they can dispel it with that. First round of items being bought here, Invoke Potion and Heal Scroll. Wand of Illusion. Not that great in this matchup, right?
If you use it on the heroes and the Orc army is on A-click, they're gonna tank a lot of damage, but the Orcs not supposed to be on A-click anyways. The Raiders are supposed to find and hunt down those talents, and the range units take care of the Pocket Factory and after that the talents as well. But I think this is a really good game for Foggy. He killed 2 grunts early. With that, he wasn't under so much pressure in the mid-game, and he got away with a lot before Master. And oftentimes, the top Orcs like Lin and Fly, they won't give the Night Elf any space at all until they have Master training done. But Foggy, he is level 3 Blade now, Demon, excuse me, and level 2 Beastmaster. This has been a pretty good game for him, I do believe. However, the next big Renegade drop will be for the Orc, and there's a lot of good items to be found here.
Vamp Aura, probably the best one, or another Boots of Kiltalas. He gets the Scourge Bone Chimes. FoCuS is back with Lady Luck. This is almost 1 heal scroll in every single fight. And that is a lot of healing. Or will it be denied by Foggy? He sees, okay, the item is gone here, still a tome to be found. No 3rd hero yet. Master training is done though.
Fingers coming right around the corner here.
Alright.
Really nice Quillbeast scouting, by the way. He sees the Orc army's positioning, knows he can take this camp safely, but now FoCuS is moving in. 4 talents, that doesn't look like it's a Night Elf army that wants to fight. And he's gonna be retreating, but FoCuS, he's not looking for the chase with the ensnares.
Yeah.
Surprising.
I think he bought the items just now, right? Yeah, otherwise he would have more. 50 food for him, not even ready for the 60 food push. Also no burrow in production. Is he forgetting about it? Because Foggy is already at 44, he's closing around 50, and you don't want to fight 50 versus 50 supply in this matchup.
And Foggy's gonna get the next camp. It might only be scraps because the Renegade Wizard is already gone, but it's good experience. And the Beastmaster should be level 3 soon. Also, a Tome of Experience could be the drop with the Enforcer level 5. And it is again!
Beastmaster is level, not really level 3 with this, but super close to Quillbeast level 2. He has Mana Burn level 2. On the other side, the Torrent Chieftain still not level 3, still no Shockwave. But okay, the inventory is great. There's good amount of mana on the TC, 330, with his 2 Mantles of Intelligence. Not the 3rd one in a row, but alright. No items to be found here left on the map, I guess. Just experience.
FoCuS did a good job snacking those items. We were mentioning it on Turtle Rock when this series began. But he's gonna have good hero levels now, our boy. He's gonna be 3-3-2 before the first big fight, and that is really good for a Night Owl.
True that. Tinker is there. I don't think we will see Swarm Rockets, but the upgrade for the Pocket Factory. 50 food now for Foggy. He won't leave that. I guess we'll just invest the rest of his money into items. What's FoCuS going to do? He broke upkeep. That means in economy, Foggy is ahead. He still gets 10 gold per worker. FoCuS only 7. And he gets the burrow for the 70 supply army. Okay, Foggy on the other side. Going for 60 as well. Will he break this then?
And he's going to stack up on items as much as he can. Another invul, heal scroll on the menu. He has 2 heal scrolls already, right?
He's waiting for this one, I
He's
guess.
going to have a third one. Wow, that's a lot.
He does have the gold. He's just waiting for the cooldown. You can't see it, but it's over now. And here we go. 3 heal scrolls versus... Where's the TC? Oh, the army is so far stretched out.
Huge conga line here. FoCuS has to wait. Can't go in with the walkers being so far behind, and the TC, of course.
2 heal scrolls, 1 invul potion only. Means he can only dodge Cyclone for a bit of time. And no mana burn dodges here. No level 4 as well. I assume he has Windwalk level 2.
When's Foggy gonna break? He's still patient, still sitting at 50.
500 gold though, it's pretty good. And as I said, or as we said, 3 heal scrolls. This should be enough to fight, but it's 65 food for FoCuS now. He must break soon.
I think it's time for Foggy now to go into upkeep with those fairy dragons. Also, remember, there hasn't been a single fight this game. These talents, most of them should be full mana.
Exactly, so much Cyclone coming his way. You see it here, 350, 350, 400, 400. They're all full, man.
And now he does break with mercenaries and the first fairy dragon. When he has, like, let's say 3 fairies, that's gonna be so much damage. And here we go, first big fight coming in. Does the orc want to take it? He is retreating for now. Cyclone on the blade, but he can of course get away with Windwalk and all that. And FoCuS doesn't want to fight, even though he's at basically 70 supply.
No Fury Fire on the Blade Master, so he escaped in Windwalk, not detected here. Oh, the Berserkers will do a lot of damage. Illusion wastes a lot of stuff. 2 end snares on the Illusion. First Shockwave wasn't too good.
And he's already out of mana. He detonated as well for the mana burn and the mana burn from the Demon Hunter, obviously. And now, no more Shockwaves. It's not the tiniest choke for the Night Elf, but Foggy feels satisfied with his position. And FoCuS, man, he's not sure about this.
Doesn't get the Raider though. Not yet, at least. Spirit Link on everything, reapplied now as well. Is there more wisps for the detonate? I think there's one in the trees at the tavern, but I don't want to leave the scenery now with the camera. 2 Berserkers, man, and a Mauler. The Mauler is going to be really good, but he needs to be up in front. At the moment, the positioning of that mercenary is not that great. Here comes a wisp.
Alright, 10 supply advantage for the orc, as it oftentimes is the case. But don't forget, 3 heal scrolls for the Night Elf and no mana for the TC.
Cycloning him again. He's backed into a corner. He can't escape there. He does not have a town portal. So, where does he want to go from there? It's gonna be an open battlefield here, though. That's always good for Orc.
And there we see the wisps again. If they get rid of the Spirit Link early and it's not all reapplied, that helps a lot. And FoCuS knows about how important they are. 1
fight for the winner bracket final, maybe. The walkers are a little up front, the spelling there against the Quilbies. But yeah, everything is crammed up there. Oh my god, Foggy, go, go!
And now the Raiders move forward. They have the help, of course, of the Aura, the Spirit, the Vamp Aura, and they also get Spirit Link now. But they're taking so much damage. How are they taking so much damage? They need heal scrolls quickly, but he's not using it, losing the first Raider. Now comes the heal scroll a little too late, though. Even an Agent of War helping in this battle, but more and more Raiders are falling. The Blade Master is in the air for most of the time. Foggy at 47 supply. Now we have 68 still for the Orc, but of course, it always starts good. The question is if they can last the entire duration. Once there's no more heal scrolls and all of that, going for the Demon Hunter now. There should be an invul, however, for the first hero of the Night Elf, and there is, in fact. Is he going to be forced to use it right here? Yes, he does. Cyclone, the Blade Master up in the air again, and everything's starting to drop dangerously low for the Orc. He doesn't have a heal scroll any longer, going for the Beast Match now. He wants to force the TP here to get out of this fight. He can't last for too much longer, probably. Is maybe Foggy gonna let him die? He transfers the invul. Very well done. from the Tinker, and now it's cleanup time, baby.
Rubber band hitting FoCuS in the face. Still backed against the corner. There might be one more heal score. Did he use them all? Okay, there's one more, and he uses it here. 51 and FoCuS is dropping down so low. 53 supply only. Going for the first hero, but the Blade Master is down. That means the entire damage is gone. And Foggy Man killing FoCuS 2-1 in that fight, and is in the winner bracket final.
Strong performance by Foggy. Was a 2-1 victory, and there we go. The fist that we're, well, we know by now. Oh, we want to get him on stream here, of course, after this game. And see what he has to say about the strong performance. He got away with so much on Terranos stand. Early game, absolutely going his way. The 2 grunt kills, only one of the factors. Usually the orc is supposed to punish the Knight as much as he can before master training is done. But Foggy, he took so many creep camps, 3-3-2 heroes before the first fight. And in that fight as well, we didn't see a single shockwave going towards the talons. He used the first one to kill like a wisp or two. And then he was mana burned too much to use that spell to great effect. Mercamp support as well for Foggy. Really good game for the Ukrainian, and FoCuS once again on LAN isn't having the most success. Not yet anyways. The match after this will be Remind versus Romantic. But let's see if we can't get Foggy here first for a few words to hear from the man himself. Neo's on his way right now. So, Foggy now in the winners final has to win that best of 3, and then he moves on to the playoffs, where he has been the last 2 times as well, where he managed to make it the last 2 times as well. Now Foggy says his Night Elf versus Night Elf is not really the best, whereas Remind, legendary in that matchup, may have always been in the shadow of Moon, but when it came to mirror between the 2 legends, Remind did take it more often than not. So I'm pretty sure Foggy would prefer to see Romantic make it through. But that's gonna be decided within the next hour between those 2. I really hope we get headsets for tomorrow, man. It's kind of hard to hold it all the time. There he is! Man of the hour. Sit down next to me. This seat is especially reserved for you. Strong performance, we felt from you. How do you feel? Do you think you played well?
Yeah, today I am on fire.
I know you said it in chat as well.
Yeah, because today's rest, and sometimes I feel not good because other players play like FoCuS versus Moon 10 games, very nervous, but I just...
Earlier in the player area, you told me, why do I have to go to the booth so early? They want you to be 1 hour early there. You said maybe you will get nervous. How early were you there, and did you get nervous?
No nervous, because it's my 3rd time I come here, and many times play versus FoCuS on Jera Cup. We regularly play versus FoCuS. Yeah, they told they need... If you want, you can come early and practice in the room. But I said, no, I need only play 1 gamer's computer to feel the game. And, you know, FoCuS have some problem with his computer. So we had to wait 20 minutes extra. Yeah. So...
Awkwalker said that the setup there with the booth, with the table and everything, not so good. How was it for you?
Yeah, you know, I'm 3rd time there, so for me it's not super.
Yeah, but I mean, the setup was different the other times, right?
No, the same. Like a very low chair and a bit high table, so your hands are always free, and you.
Okay.
But it's okay if you need to play only 1 match, so you no need this. But if you play all day, so it must be the same table and chair.
All right, so your next opponent, next round, is going to be Remind or Romantic. If you win that game, you are already in the playoffs. Now, everyone, of course, wants to know, who do you rather want to play? Remind or Romantic?
I think it doesn't matter because I will play with the strong player.
Yeah, okay.
So it's if romantic win remains, so it's his shape is very good.
Okay.
And I have plan on game, notebook, and every page I have map with plans, so I'm ready to play versus romantic and remind.
Oh, you got the special plans laid out for whatever may come down the line. That's pretty cool. But in an interview you did not too long ago, you said that you don't feel very good in Night Elf versus Night Elf. Is that still true?
But yesterday my coach called me and we talked like 10 minutes and Foggy, you practice this? Yes, I practice, but I'm not sure. Foggy, you play what you practice and no problem. Okay, so now I feel confidence, and after game versus FoCuS, I feel much more confidence.
All right, pretty good. So with special plans laid out, are we maybe gonna see Podem first, Mass Fairy Dragons again?
Maybe. I have special tactics like you saw game versus FoCuS on TM.
Oh yeah, let's talk about TM. That was I think map number 1 and 3 were very straightforward. You played very well. Map number 2 was special. You went for the expansion, of course, and it didn't work out in the end. What went wrong that game?
When I creep my Mer camp, I have 8 Hunters and he have 1 Windwalk. So he can kill Golem and take my item, and I know this because... And I haven't dust, so I need to kill this Golem, and I know if he last hit Golem, I can surround him. But I'm noob, and 8 Hunters no surround Blade Master.
Yeah, I know.
So this was my first big mistake. And Blade Master got... mana stealing and survive one time again when I surround in the middle, and this strategy maybe I play. I know that FoCuS will play Windrider, so I produce Archer more early, but the main thing of the strategy need fast creep to Mer camp by it's star-shaped style. Star-shaped style.
Shout out Oscar.
You creep to Mer camp, buy all shit and go to Orc base. But I am too slow. Like I creep very slow and Blade Master survive. He fight with me, and I think I should protect the rush. Just all in his base, no running.
But couldn't you have like made 2 Huntresses less and then make 2 Ancient Protector instead? Or is then your army too small?
I think not need like defense, play to defense style, make Protector on your base. Expansion just need go take all what you have.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you say if you creep a little faster, then you hit his base, and then you kill him.
I come and he have tile 3 towers. I'm okay. I think I lost this game because this strategy timing.
Yeah, but it's kind of risky. You have to hit the timing. Couldn't you just play more defensively with APs and then play it out slow, or do you think tech is too slow for that?
I think it's possible make BP, but and make tier 2, but my strategy was rush.
Okay.
So make 2 base fast, creep Mer camp and rush.
All right, and that didn't quite work, but could you exit Warcraft 3? Could you close the game? All right, but in the end, of course, you did win the best of 3, and we're very happy about that. You are the European hope.
I was confident about last map. I know that, okay, I lost TM, but next map is Terna Stand.
Sorry. Yeah, you were able to get away with so much in the early game.
This map I practiced too much and know about all steps what I need to do when I need to come, and you see that in the end I catch FoCuS and
that was really good.
in the corner.
Yeah, I know. Was really well played, and the TC didn't even have any mana. Only 1 shockwave, only kill 1 wisp, and you had 3 heal scrolls.
2 heal scrolls.
2 heal scrolls. Yeah, and he wanted to kill your Beastmaster to force you to TP out, but invul transfer, really well done, really well done. Did you have any matchup where you think at the moment you're the strongest, you're the weakest, or is all about the same?
I think my strongest matchup was Orc, because this time Warcraft 3 too much Orc players, so I every day play versus Orcs and meet FoCuS every week. And after this, I played too much versus Yumiko, so my second matchup versus Human. And Night Elves was my worst matchup, but now I work hard to grow up this matchup, so I think it's enough to beat Remind.
Okay,
Versus Undead, I've lost to Happy last month very many games, but I think versus Undead my worst matchup.
Okay, and last question before I let you go. There's a lot of discussion and a lot of very polarizing in the community. The matchup Night Elf versus Orc. Night Elf say Orc is Imba, Orc say Night Elf is Imba. How do you feel? Is the matchup balanced, or is it a little too hard for one of the races?
This matchup is very some maps of the items like AZ, who get illusion and sentry ward. They have more advance and better map control. Also Ancient Siles. These items can decide the game, but I think it's 50-50.
Okay. All right, thank you, Foggy. Good luck in the next round. And I think you're going to win again, and we're going to talk a little bit again.
Yeah. I need to win.
All right. Thank you.
For the win.